Your only limit is the amount of uncertainty you can handle. Tony Robbins. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Your Business Mentor podcast. I'm your mentor and your host, Stephanie Arcady. And today we're talking about the confidence needed to make major life changes. Whether you're starting a new business, working toward balance between life and work, or reinventing yourself, taking that first step can be scary as shit. I am here. I'm here to help. You can build the confidence you need to make those major changes and live the life that you want to desperately live. At MYB Lifestyle, we believe that confidence is the key to success. It is the foundation that allows you to take risks, make bold moves, and push through challenges. But how do you build that confidence? We just talked about this in episodes 15, 16, and 17, which spoke from an entrepreneur point of view. We are going to look at the full picture through the lens of the MYB lifestyle categories. As many of you know, MYB Lifestyle is about creating a life aligned with your values, passions, and goals. To live a lifestyle of intention, to live a lifestyle of fulfillment that will leave a legacy. The MYB lifestyle categories are the key areas that we focus on to create the balance and fulfillment in this life. These categories include character and personal growth, spiritual, business and entrepreneurship, financial and wealth, love and romance, relationships with family and friends, health and fitness, quality of life, which is your environment and your experiences, contribution, intellect, emotional intelligence, and a vision for your life. But how do you actually make major life changes in these areas? This is where the 5D philosophy comes in. The first D is decide, which is about making a commitment to yourself and your goals. The second D is discover, which is about identifying your strengths, your passions, your weaknesses, your values, everything about you. The third D is develop, which is about building a plan, building a skill set, and building the knowledge that is needed to succeed in your area. And then the fourth D is deliver, which is about taking action on that plan, implementing all the steps and the habits that are needed in order to build or lay one brick at a time until you have a whole wall that you can put your name, your fame of name. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. You know what I'm talking about. I make a lot of assumptions, don't I? But that you can put your name in lights on that wall. And then the final 50 is dominate, which is about achieving self-mastery and dominating everything you touch. But here's one thing. All of these steps require confidence. Confidence in yourself, your abilities, your vision for your life. Without confidence, it's easy to get stuck in fear, doubt, and indecision. Confidence gives you the courage to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from your failures. It also gives you the resilience to keep going when things get tough. Let's look at it from the health and wellness or the health and fitness category. Building confidence in this area starts with setting achievable goals for yourself and then consistently working toward them. Celebrate your small wins along the way and remember to be kind to yourself. Focus on your progress, not the perfection. An example would be if you're doing push ups, you do one more push up today than you did yesterday. Or better yet, if you didn't do anything yesterday, I need you to move today. Now let's look at it from the relationship point of view. Friends, family, business relationships. Building confidence in your relationship starts with being honest with yourself and setting boundaries that prioritize your own needs and well-being. Communicate your boundaries clearly and don't be afraid to say no when it's necessary. Surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. I can't say that enough. And from an emotional intelligence category, building confidence in this area starts with developing self awareness and being able to recognize your own emotions and triggers. Practice mindfulness and be intentional about your self care routines. Seek out therapy or counseling if necessary to work through your emotional blockages. Now, one thing I do to keep this emotional beast tamed is meditation. Meditation does more than calm your heart rate. It does more than connect you to the ether. It does more than um, con- um, initiate your breathing exercises so that we breathe properly, because we don't breathe properly. So that we breathe deeply and that we breathe properly. It's more than that. It brings you to the center of who you are. You're able to kind of see yourself from the outside. It doesn't happen every single time that you meditate because it's a practice. It happens over time. And you get to see yourself for who you are, and you get to learn what your triggers are. You get to learn where these emotions come from, where you can like actually address them so that you can do something different. You know, meditation is powerful, and we will definitely speak on that in other episodes. Remember, building confidence takes time and effort, but it's worth it. I promise you, it is worth it in the end. Focus on progress, not perfection, and celebrate your wins along the way. I'd like to share with you a story. I like to interject stories into every episode, whether it be my story or someone else's story, to bring in that personal touch and the authenticity of this is what's really happening, not a bunch of facts or theories thrown at you about what you could and should be doing. But this story is about me basically starting my life over, which started this whole process. The level of confidence that is needed to start your life all over, I'm not sure. And, unless you've been in my shoes, it can be a very hard concept to accept, to wrap your mind around, to have to start all over. I'm definitely not the first, and I know I'm not going to be the last. But based on my listeners, I don't know. You may have never had to start your life all over. But the confidence that's needed in order to do so is tremendous. What I can say about it is that taking that step and stepping away from, my house, my husband, my pets, the garden, the garage full of things that I probably didn't need, but had collected over the years. Now my fishing gear, that has to stay in place. But, to walk away from, and my golf clubs, I had, to walk away from all of that for the quest to obtain peace, for the quest to find myself again. I had been in a situation of discomfort, disruption, dysfunction, and discord for so long that I didn't even know how to move anymore. I didn't know if I was coming or going. It was just definitely not what I wanted. Now, this isn't a diss or a disrespect to my ex at all. He definitely is a good man, but this was about me. This is about me needing to get me back. And that's where you could be. You could be in the position where you're like, I don't know how I got here. I just need instructions on how to get out. I just need to be exposed to some different experiences. I just need to be exposed to a different way of thinking. I want to erase the page and start all over. And the beautiful part is you never really start all over because you still have your current intellect. You still have your current family unit. those that are left, depending on the situation. You still have some material possessions. Like I did walk away from everything, but I still had my vehicle. I still had my bank accounts. There wasn't nothing in them, but I had my bank accounts. I had one credit card that was less than $1,000, and it was darn near maxed out. I think I only had like maybe $400 that I could play with, um, back and forth, but I had me and the confidence at that time. It's crazy how you view confidence. And I'm saying all that to say this. It's crazy on how you view confidence, because I wouldn't have really viewed it as confidence back then. But now that I'm looking back, it was a hell of a lot of confidence. The confidence that I knew in my heart, I got this. I got this with or without you. I got this. I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of, so on and so forth. That's what I was feeling when I made the decision to walk away, which put me in the position of having to start my life all over. I was confident that I could do it because I knew enough. All I had to do was do what I knew and I would be okay. But are we all doing what we know? Or are we just satisfied with knowing it? That's what started my life all over this year. And I will make that the next episode. I started my life, I would love to share with you how this year started, because it definitely was a table turner. It definitely was a totally different level, not level in material things, but level in intellect, level in clarity, and level in belief. Definitely that. But the confidence that's needed to make major life changes, it's in you. It really is in you. You just have to move stuff out the way. You have to move the doubt out of the way. You have to move the confusion out of the way. You have to move the messages that you may have received from other people telling you who you are. You got to move that stuff out the way so that you can see more clearly and get to the core, the essence of who you are, because that's where the magic is at. We all have something powerful inside of us. It doesn't look the same. And some of us doubt that power because it doesn't look like the next man's power. It's not supposed to. It's yours. And the power that you possess is the power that's needed for you to obtain the things that you dream about, for you to obtain the things that are important to you, your values, your goals. So, confidence. It may not feel like you have it, but I want you to reflect on some things and ask yourself, but well, was that confidence? I can think that might have had to been confidence in order for me to make that decision. That'd have to be confidence in order for me to take that action. Ooh, that would definitely have to be confidence in order for me to make that change. Confidence doesn't always show up the same. It's not always a feeling. It's not always a feeling. Sometimes it's a knowing, and sometimes it's subconscious, which means that you don't really think that you know it, but it's already there. So you make moves according to it. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. But let's get back to the subject. I'll give you another example. When I decided to launch the Mind Your Business Mentor podcast, I was nervous about putting myself out there and sharing my ideas with the world. But I knew that this was something that I was passionate about, and that aligned with my values, my goals, where I wanted to go. I knew it was necessary. So I took the leap and I launched the podcast. And now it's become a major part of my business and actually a part of my life. So if you're thinking about making a major life change, remember that confidence is key. Turn to the Mind Your Business mentor, that's me, for support. Focus on building a strong foundation in all 5 categories: decide, discover, develop, deliver, and dominate. And use that foundation to push past your fears and to make those bold moves. You have the power within you to create the life that you want. All you need is the confidence to take the first step. If you're ready to build the confidence that you need to make major life changes, then I invite you to check out the Mind Your Business Lifestyle. Visit our website, themindyourbusinessmentor.com, to learn more about our categories and how we can help you achieve success and fulfillment in all areas of your life, which all of that is coming soon. I'm literally building out my business through the sharing of the information and the abundance of stuff that's been sitting on my head or in numerous spiral notebooks. I'm sharing it with you and building that business as I go. Every time I produce a podcast, I am laying a brick. Join our community of lifestyle minded entrepreneurs and lifestyle enthusiasts to start. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Mind Your Business Mentor podcast. Remember, building confidence takes time and effort, but it's essential if you want to make the major life changes that you are setting out to make. Keep pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Believe in yourself and your abilities, and remember, you are capable of achieving anything as long as you mind your business.